Welcome to Runaway with Liz. I am Liz, and today we're gonna do something kind of fun. We are going to be making my favorite dessert that I had while walking the Camino de Santiago at home, Tarta de Santiago. If you've walked the Camino de Santiago, or if you've traveled to northwestern Spain in the province of Galicia, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
We want to put how much Angie likes.
No.
I just took a little bite and she took a piece off of it. That's a big one.
That's too much.
And I learned that actually Tarta de Santiago is quite easy to make at home. So I'm going to take you along with me as I make a Tarta de Santiago in my kitchen. And to preface this, I am not a baker. Like, I do not naturally enjoy baking. I'm not necessarily very good at it, but this is very easy. So we're gonna have some fun, and I'm gonna show you how I make Tarta de Santiago. I will also link to the recipe that I used in the notes of this video as well. So let's get started. Okay, we're gonna get all of our stuff. I'm going to walk you through the pretty short list of materials and ingredients that we're going to need. So for starters, of course, we need a mixing bowl. You're going to want a whisk, a spatula for stirring, or just like a big spoon for stirring, a zester. You don't necessarily need a zester. We'll get to that later though. A round baking pan. There might be like an official name for this, but it's just like a round cake pan. Parchment paper, non-stick. You can use butter or a non-stick cooking spray. And I use a wire strainer. This is gonna be for the powdered sugar later. But if you own like a, I don't know what it would be called, like a sifter or something, you could use that. This is more of like a substitute for just what I have in my kitchen. And then food ingredients, very simple. Oh, I forgot something. And then food ingredients, very simple. 4 eggs, almond flour, cinnamon, lemon, or you could use lemon juice, sugar, and powdered sugar. Well, I guess you need a scissors too. So to start, we're going to line the bottom of this cake pan with parchment paper. Whoops. Just gonna roughly measure it. I'm gonna cut a circle, roughly. I'm not one to make things perfect. This is probably the worst circle I've done yet while making this, and it's the one that I videoed for. I just put it on the bottom of this, and then I'm going to take the cooking spray, and you could also use butter. We're just gonna line the edges of this pan with butter, so that's going to make it, so the parchment paper and the greasing of the sides is just going to make it easier when we flip it later. Woo. Oh. All right, now we are going to set this aside, set our oven to 350, preheating that, get that started. Now, we're going to crack all 4 eggs into our bowl. And then 1 cup of sugar. And I have adjusted this and used less sugar before, but just depending on how sweet you want it. And now we're going to whisk it. Whisk the eggs and the sugar. And we're whisking it until it's a light color, and you want to have some air in it. So you want to see some air bubbles. I can't say I'm very good at this. Use some arm strength. Bakers have such good forearm strength. I so don't. How is this looking? It's got some air. It's got some air bubbles. It's not bad. It's got some air bubbles in it. A little frothy. We are going to add the almond flour. We're going to add 2 cups of that. And we're adding a teaspoon of cinnamon, some lemon zest. If you use the lemon zest, it gets very, very zesty. If you don't care for the lemon as much and you want it a little lighter, I think just like a little bit of lemon juice is also good in this. And I've actually also used orange zest or clementine zest, and I don't know if that makes it not Tarta de Santiago anymore, but I think it tastes really good. So just gonna add a little bit of lemon zest to this. It's gonna give it like a really bright lemony flavor, which honestly is more lemony and bright than anything that I've had in Spain, but it does taste really good. And maybe everybody in Spain, it's like everybody has their own little variation of Tarta de Santiago. I don't know. Let me know. Are you from Spain? Does your mom or your grandma make Tarta de Santiago a little bit differently than anyone else? Does she have her own spin on it? Okay, and then very, very gently we're going to stir this because we do not want to get rid of the air. So we're just being very gentle and stirring everything together. And just reiterating that I am not a baker necessarily. I don't bake very often. This is just how I make it based on a recipe that I found. All right, I think that's good. Now we'll grab our pan. Oh, we got a little cinnamon chunk in there. That'll be a little treat. And now we are going to bake this for about 30 minutes, and you might have to adjust it a little bit based on your oven. My oven, actually 35 minutes seems to be good. All right, there you go, little Tarta de Santiago. Good luck. Done. All right. Let's check it out. Looks pretty good. Just use a knife. Clean. And now we are just going to set this aside. And now we are just going to let this cool completely before we move on to the next step. Okay, I think it has probably cooled off enough. I think it needs some help. There we go, okay. Pretty good. We'll take this parchment paper off. Next, we are going to take the extra parchment paper that we have left over from creating the circle and lining the pan, and we're going to cut out a little stencil. If you're in Spain, it would be like this really pretty, elaborate cross. I think it's actually a specific cross of St. James that you would put on this. However, I am not that crafty and I don't have a stencil, like a specific stencil. So I usually just do something very simple, like a heart, but maybe I'll try something a little different today. So I think today, maybe I'll try like something kind of fun. I'm gonna try like a little ghost. Can I make a little eyeball? I did not really think this through, I think. Try doing this. See how this turns out. Make it a happy ghost, maybe. Let's see, how's it look? Oh, it's kind of not too bad. Okay, now we're placing the stencil in the center of the cake. This is where this wire strainer comes in, and again, there is a better tool out there for this. This is just what I have. You don't really need a lot of powdered sugar, maybe like a tablespoon or two. Well, maybe we'll flip this around. There we go. Dump it in here. Come on, little ghost, stay put. Stay. We're just gonna shake it a little bit. It's probably good. All right, and then let's see how this looks. And we have, whoops, it's not perfect, but Does it look like a ghost? A cute little ghost? And it's a really simple, but it's a pretty effective decoration.